This is Richmond. This is my YouTube channel, and it's for math and science only. I want to make math and science very easy here. So, if you want to learn science and math, please, this is a very good channel for you. All that you need to do is just subscribe to my channel by hitting on the red subscription button there, and then you'll be part of the group. And you can also click on the notification button up there, and then you'll be notified anytime that. Alright, this is Richmond, and this tutorial I'll be taking you through exponential equation. And with exponential equation, all that I want you to know is that when we have any expression like this one, x raised to the power a raised to the power x equal to a raised to the power y, all that we can see there is that the bases are the same. Okay, the bases are the same. That is a, and then a is also here. So a raised to the power x and a raised to the power y. So all that we need to do is that when the bases are the same, we equate the exponent. So we can now say that x is equal to y because the bases are the same. So whenever we are dealing with exponential equation, all that I want you to understand that there are type of equation which have the variable or the unknown quantity as index. Okay, so here the index is x, here the index is y. They are the unknown quantity that we have to solve for. So when we're dealing with equation like this, we call them exponential because the unknown variables are the exponents. Okay, so this is how we represent exponential equations. So let's try and then take an example so that we can see how we deal with this type of equations. So let's take example 1 here, and we say that we having 3 raised to the power x is equal to 9. Please, if a question like this is given, all that you need to do is that make sure you have the same basis before you can continue solving this type of question. So we need to change the 9 to an index form. So 9 could be written as 3 raised to the power 2. So 3 raised to the power 2 is 9. So now we've changed the 9 to have the same base as the one here. Okay, so we can move on and say that now 3 raised to the power x is equal to 3 raised to the power 2. And one thing that we need to know is that after we having the same basis here, we equate the exponent. So we can say that x is now equal to 2 because this is 3 and this is 3. And this is perfect example of the exponential equation. Okay, so let's take another example and see how we can also solve it. So always, as I've said earlier on, make sure that the bases are the same. The bases are the same. They should have a common base at the right hand side and the left hand side. The bases should be the same before you can equate the exponent. Let's take another example here, which is take example 2, and it's 2 raised to the power x is equal to 2 raised to the power 3. So this is very simple. Now we can see that the bases are the same, and then I said that when the bases are the same, let's equate the exponent. So we say x is now equal to 3, like this. We move on to another example, and then we see how we can do. So here we have our example 3 is 3 raised to the power x plus 1 is equal to 81. And I said that whenever you have a question like this, make sure that you have the same basis. So the base at the left hand side should be equal to the base at the right hand side. So we can rewrite this one, 3 raised to the power x plus 1 is equal to 3 raised to the power 4. Because 3 raised to the power 4 will give us 81. So now the bases are the same. So what do? We try to equate the exponent. So have x plus 1 is equal to 4 here. And then because this is now equation, we are solving for the variable x. Okay, so we say that x is now equal to 4 minus 1, because we have to group like terms here, and then the 1 across it is equal sign and it become negative. So finally you have answer as x is equal to 3. So this is how we solve this type of questions. So let's take another further example and see how far we can go. Alright, so let's take this one, and this is example 4. Okay, and it's 64 raised to power x is equal to 16, like this. And one thing is that you can see that all of this one, the base, they don't have a common base. So we need to find a common base for them. And 64 could be written as 2 raised to power 6. But know that there's x here already. So it's going to be a product, a number multiplying a number. So it's going to be, we're having an exponent multiplying an exponent. So we call that one a power multiplying another power. So your x is already there. So 2 raised to power 6, and then the x already there. So the 6 will multiply the 2. The 6 will multiply the x here. So we have 2 raised to power 6x. And then we can also write 16 in the form of 2 raised to power 4. And this one, we now know that they all have a common base, which is 2. So with a common base, we can now say that we are equating the exponent. So 6x is now equal to 4. So your 6x is equal to 4. We want to find a variable which is x. So we divide both sides by 6. And then divide 4 2 by 6. So you can have my x is now equal to 2 over 3. Okay. So that's actually what we have here. So let's take another one. Some of the questions they can ask you to find a truth set. Okay. And they find a truth set of a particular equation. Let's see how we find it. So find the truth set of the equation. So the equation is this. Equation is 2 raised to power x minus 2 is equal to 2. And we have to find the truth set of this. So here I said earlier that when you have a number without an exponent, we assume the exponent to be 1. So we can write this one like 2 raised to power x minus 2 is equal to 2 raised to power 1. And from the look of things, we can see that the bases are the same. 2 is here and 2 is here. So we try to equate the exponents. So we say x minus 2 is equal to 1, like this. And then we can solve for x. So our x is now equal to 1 plus 2, which will give us 3. So they're asking for the truth set, and to write the truth set, all that you need to do is that we say the truth set of the exponential equation above, that's 2 raised to power x minus 2 equal to 2, is, we put it in a bracket like this, x said that x is equal to 3, and then we close it. So this is the truth set of the equation above. So let's take the final example on exponential equations and see how far we can solve it. So we have a question like this, which is 3 raised to the power 2x minus 1 is equal to 1 over 81. And then we are to find x. How do we do it? Okay, to find x, simply what to do is that we try to simplify this one so that the base will be like the base here. Okay, so we can say that, continue from this direction, 3 raised to power 2x minus 1 will be equal to 1 over 3 on 4. And we know that 3 is a base, so we have the same base here. And if you have an expression like this, it can be changed to the whole of this could be changed to 3 raised to power 4 like this. Okay, so we can say that our 3 raised to power 2x minus 1 is equal to 3 raised to power minus 4. So I have the same basis, so what I do is that let me equate the exponent. I have 2x minus 1 equal to minus 4 like this. Okay, so here let me continue from this place. I can have 2x minus 1 here can be 2x is equal to minus 4 plus 1. Okay, so finally, let's continue from this place. Finally, I will have 2x equal to minus 3. So 2x equal to minus 3. So 1x will divide this one by 2, and you divide this portion by 2, and I have my x will be equal to minus 3 over 2. Okay, so this is how we solve the exponential equations. Hope this tutorial has helped you a lot, and if you like this tutorial, what you need to do is that subscribe to my YouTube channel for tutorials like this. Thank you.